Dear freshman self, your sleep schedule is just gonna continue not being the best.
Today we're going to have you give advice to your freshman self.
Sounds good.
We're going to prompt you with different categories and you just say whatever's on your mind.
Cool, let's do it.
I really hated chemistry, so I'm gonna bring up chemistry a lot.
Let's go. To my first year self, I would say don't skip class. I know it's tempting, but don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not fun.
Don't let bad grades drag you down. I remember first year in my English class, I got that final paper back and I pretty much failed. My class grade went from an A down to a D. I never got a D before. I didn't even know that they gave out Ds, okay? That really killed me, but I realized later on, grades are just another bump in your life. You keep moving on. It does not define your success, your knowledge.
Dear freshman self, quality is more important than quantity.
Don't leave studying until the very last minute, and you're gonna only benefit yourself.
Dear freshman self, leave your dorm room.
Go out, say hi to people in your class, introduce yourself. They're as nervous as you.
I've met some of my best friends just by sitting next to a random person and saying, what's up?
You don't only have to stick to the first people that you meet at university. I made friends with like 2 or 3 people like first week and I was like, that's all I need, like I'm good. And then they were like,
I came into university with a bunch of friends from high school and elementary school, and I kind of just stuck to those in my first 2 years, and that really limited me from meeting a whole bunch of new people.
So make sure that you don't only stick to what's comfortable.
Dear freshman self, don't force friendships. When I was in first year, in my mind, I had this pressure where I really wanted to make friends now and just do it all in first term, like find the right people. And it doesn't happen that way. It's gonna take time.
You don't have to fit in with everybody that you think is cool, because this ain't high school anymore.
Going through university, you need people who are always gonna be there for you, looking out for you.
Having a support group is so important, and it's so much more fun to go through organic chemistry with a bunch of people who have no idea what to do.
Romance.
Oh God. I don't want to say that. I don't want to. That's just because then the person would know. I know. That's weird.
I have not much to say on romance.
It's okay to end that relationship that you thought was gonna last till the end of university. And then it's also okay to end the following relationship.
If he breaks your heart, like, who cares, dude? Like, I basically dated this guy in my first year and I literally thought I was gonna marry him because it was the first guy that my mom let like stay over. But anyways.
Dear freshman self, love does not end after you start university. I'm here and in a long-standing relationship with mine and happy. Don't lose hope.
Dear freshman self, don't get pressured into feeling like you need to get into anything. So starting at the university, I had so many friends around me in our first year who got into so many different situations. And so I put a lot of pressure on myself that, okay, I need to find someone, I need to find a relationship. But then I realized that when you try so hard, it doesn't come to you. So you just have to relax, sit back, and just let the world do its thing.
Dear freshman self, you really don't need to know what you're gonna be doing for the rest of your life when you're 17 and 18.
I came in thinking that I was going to do acting and biology, figured that didn't go very well.
It's really good to have goals in mind and places you want to reach, but try being more flexible about it.
Try out as many things as you can to find out what you like and what you don't like.
Dear freshman self, don't let other people define what you do for your career. I was very lost in first year on what I wanted to do, but I was looking at my peers and my classmates on what to do. And there was a lot of traditional paths, safe paths. I tried to force myself to follow those routes. And in the end, I found out that they weren't meant for me. And that's okay. Take that risk, do what you want to do, just try it out.
No matter what you study, you will always find a pathway, even though the memes about, arts unemployment, they're pretty funny, gotta admit.
Dear freshman self, try everything. And by that I mean literally everything.
From having like a radio show to being on the synchronized swimming team, there are so many different opportunities that you can't even think of right now.
One of the best decisions that I made coming to university was joining the Quidditch team in my first year. I just went to one of the fields and practiced a made-up sport with a bunch of nerds.
Make sure that if you're gonna sign up, you don't overcommit. So in my first year, I took on way too many volunteer roles that I definitely should not have tried to take on at the same time. Pick 1 or 2 clubs, stick to it.
What you should definitely ensure is that you have a great time doing them rather than thinking of, oh, whether this will help my resume. 1 or 2 extracurriculars, an extra one on your resume just to pad it really doesn't make a difference.
Dear freshman self, your sleep schedule is just gonna continue not being the best.
Oh man, I was going to bed late every single day, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and that just does not fly when you have 8 a.m., 9:30 class.
Contrary to popular belief, pizza is not the only thing that a first year can eat.
If you eat unhealthy, you also feel unhealthy and gross the next day, so
Take care of your body and your body will take care of you.
Dear freshman self, you're not by yourself. It can be a very hard period when you're transitioning into university. For me especially, I had never learned in English and now suddenly I'm doing a whole degree in English. It can be stressing, it can be a lot at times, and we have free counseling services here at the university, so take advantage of those. It's gonna be a great time and it's gonna be a way for you to not have to carry that weight by yourself.
A few months ago, I was not in a very good place, and I was able to talk to a professor about it who then referred me to therapy. And honestly, it has been one of the best things ever. If you have a problem, just go and talk about it to anyone. There are people who want to help you.
Time management. Honestly, I'm still figuring this out.
Stop procrastinating. Get off the couch, get off the PS4, and go to the library.
As a commuter student, it can be really, really busy and you don't have much time for yourself outside of your courses and your homework, but you have to find time.
Definitely plan ahead of time. That's the best thing that you can do to avoid all the panic attacks.
I have an agenda where I write down everything that I'm doing every day.
Visualize what you're gonna do. It's gonna help you stay organized and stay on track.
Learn to say no. This is one word that I found very, very difficult in my first few years at the university. Whenever someone would suggest I should get involved with something, I was always first to jump and be like, yes, I want to do that, or yes, I'm interested in that, or I'll sign up for that, or I'll be the one to volunteer for that. It was such a bad idea because it ended up being that sometimes I was so packed in my schedule that I had 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. days. I feel like I've learned a lot better how to say no and not sign on to more than I can handle.
Dear freshman self, make sure you take time to do things that you actually enjoy. When I first came here, all I wanted to do was study, study, study and get those grades. But if you don't find time to do things that please you or make you happy, you are going to burn out.
I love YouTube, I love filmmaking, storytelling, all of that. But in my freshman year, I put it all away. I told myself that, you know what, that wasn't important. I had to focus on school, I had to focus on my clubs. For me, now thinking back, I just wasted so much time and so much opportunity. Whatever you like, whatever you love, don't throw it away. That passion might grow into something big and it might become your life in the future.
I started following my passion by making clothes, and that connected me with people that also shared passions with me. They like fashion, they like music, and now we collaborate together and we make other projects. Start following your passion early. If you can't do it directly, surround yourself by people that are passionate about it as well.
Embrace every part of you and don't be ashamed to share it with others.
I used to be in this mindset of I have school, I have to go to university. I would be really kind of more negative about it.
It's not only about coming in, studying all the time, getting your degree, and then going to work.
University is only gonna come along once, so make sure you take advantage of the opportunity.
Dear freshman self, I'm very proud of where you are right now, and you've worked hard, you've earned it. I feel like in first year, I had a huge feeling that I didn't belong here, especially as an international student. But it's good to give yourself credit. Know that you worked hard and you deserve to be here.
Thank you so much.
Cool, that's it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I want to give a big shout out to the University of British Columbia my own university for helping make this video possible. If you want to learn more about UBC, feel free to check out the links in the description box. And in the comments, feel free to leave any questions that you may have. Otherwise, be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, consider becoming a patron, and peace out.